stage at the Ocala Civic Theater. Mary Poppins, a perfect treat for the whole family. Performances from September 3rd to October 4th. For tickets, call 352-236-2274. All right, 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Looks pretty nice out there right now. We're trying to keep an eye on, not trying to, we are keeping an eye on the progress of Tropical Storm Erica, and it's not really too soon to be talking about it because as it gives you a chance to prepare for it. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Centers. And Galen, you're heading up to Atlanta, Monday. So you'll be out of town by the time this thing gets here. You'll be gone. Right? Well, where is he? Where's Galen? Oh, wrong button.
Good morning, y'all.
Go on, Galen. Sorry.
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin.
There, good. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you, that makes it harder, actually. So, not only for me, but we have about 150 staff that come from Florida and Alabama and Georgia for this drive, and so what we're worried about is our people are going to be on the road on Tuesday and Wednesday. When that storm is supposed to be really coming through, north central Florida. So we're concerned about that. That's kind of meeting to discuss just what we're going to do and how late we can decide, whether or not to put these people on the road or not.
Yeah, it'll be in our area probably between 2 o'clock Tuesday morning and 2 o'clock Wednesday morning. It'll pass over us in that 24-hour period. So. But
which is a huge time frame. So it's really hard to figure that out. So that's our concern, though. And then we have to worry. Obviously, we're worried about how the impact of our blood supply.
Right.
What we'll do is we'll start loading up all our hospitals and just giving them, an extra 2 or 3 days blood supply, just in case roads are closed or power goes off, or a million of the other things that can go wrong. So.
And so
we'll
now,
start doing that on Monday.
And so now should be the time for people to donate blood, then, just to ensure that the blood is there.
That's exactly right, and that's where I was going next. So thank you, Robin. Yeah, that's it. So if we instead of us having a 3 to 4 day blood supply, we're going to try to get up to a 7, maybe even an 8-day blood supply, so we can backfill those hospitals with that extra blood in case there's an interruption of service for several days, which if you've lived here long enough, what happened in what was it, 04? 05?
Yeah.
04?
Yeah. There was one in 05.
So it's a possibility.
Yeah. And like every other reason why we talk about something 3 or 4 or 5 days in advance is because this is the kind of thing you need to prepare for. Whether preparing for it means getting out of town or setting yourself up with supplies or donating blood. It's all part of the preparation thing.
That's right. And we're also prepared in case somebody in our community besides LifeSouth needs it. So if this hits Miami and One Blood needs that, we're going to need to be able to help them. Or if it goes up the coast and Georgia or North Carolina, we need to be able to move. We have, obviously there's community blood centers all across the U.S. that we will try to help.
Right.
So, yeah, we're in prep mode, pretty full bore. So really encourage you just to get out and donate blood. And, make sure that it's there when we need it.
Once again, an important reason to thank the folks at Penn Flooring. Here's the sponsor part of this, but it's a very important part. Without the sponsor, you wouldn't have heard what you just heard right there from Galen. And Penn Flooring has some beautiful flooring, so go thank them for sponsoring the Galen Unold LifeSouth segment. And while you're there, perhaps get some new flooring for your home, whether it's a carpet or anything else for your floor. They will help you out. They're over there at 1201 Southwest 17th Street by the bridge that we call the McKay-Williams Bridge, which is just a few blocks from Pine Avenue on 17th Street. And it looks like you got a phone call. Galen, good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. See, Galen, at the blood center, I would imagine you got generators, not so much for hurricane problems, but, these electrical storms knock on juice every once in a while. And I can imagine sitting there giving blood and all of a sudden the lights go out, but I would imagine you're set up to take care of that.
Yeah, absolutely. All of our key functions, all our refrigerators, all our apheresis machines, things like that, are on backup batteries, and we have a generator at every site to make sure that the blood is stays fresh. But and the interesting thing is that's not what we're worried about. We're worried about road closures. We're worried about trees being down and not being able to get to the hospital. That's what we have found. It's not necessarily for us. It's not a power availability. It's access to those hospitals. So that's a big concern. When there were tornadoes that ripped through Alabama, it wasn't the power that was off. It was just you just could not get to that site. And so several times we actually had to have a helicopter flown into one of our hospitals in Birmingham right after that huge tornado ripped through that town.
Oh, my gosh.
That we have to be prepared for that kind of thing and make sure that the blood is already collected because there is nobody able to leave their houses. So,
and that's what.
Galen, what temperature do they refrigerate the blood at?
Oh gosh, I don't know. It's cold.
It's cold.
It depends on the product.
Cold enough, and unless it comes from me, in which case it's already cold.
Yeah, it just depends on the product.
So the good news about the shift in the forecast is that it went from 85 miles per hour if it was on the coast to now it's down. If it's climbing up the center of the state, it'll be 45 miles per hour or 50 miles per hour, which is still pretty strong. But
but it's better. It's tolerable.
If it keeps shifting west, however, it'll skirt us on the left coast, the west coast of the state, and then perhaps head up toward Tallahassee or maybe to New Orleans.
Or Mobile, and again, we have operations in Mobile. And when it goes into the Gulf, it may pick up steam. That's another concern.
Right. Then it could be so we'll keep an eye on it. It's just one of those things, and I'm sure you're all. I mean, in 2004 when we kept an eye on it, I mean, everybody didn't have the same resources they have now.
Right.
But I mean, now everybody's got them on their phone and everything, so it's still part of our job to get the word out. I guess it's important, but I think you all have. And I remember back in those days, the only way people knew what was going on in many cases, especially in the shelters, was they had to call the phone line that we used to do. We don't do it anymore.
Right.
And they were checking up on that. So
we were keeping.
Well, again, if there's no power and you don't have any internet access, this is
there you go.
Source.
That's absolutely right. All right. So, did you know that there has not been a Hurricane Galen in the Atlantic hurricane world?
It's ridiculous.
There's never.
You got to have one.
Yeah.
We should lobby.
I know. Well, and I've been to Noah, who names them.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had blood drives there, and I'm like, what are the chances of getting one named after me? And they're like, Galen, there's no chance. So,
really?
They just stay on the list, and they go A, B, C, D, through the alphabet, and then they have like 30 names for each letter. So there's no chance.
So here's an interesting little statistic.
Love a campaign.
The longer the hurricane season goes, the deeper into the alphabet they get, right? Because so in 2005 there was a Hurricane Zeta, which means we made it all the way to the end in 2005.
Yes.
And in 2006 we did it again.
Yeah.
they didn't hit us. They didn't hit the state, but there was two hurricanes named Zeta, one in 2005, one in 2006. Obviously they were weak because they retire a name when they do a lot of damage.
Yeah, they do, like Andrew.
Yeah,
Never going to have another Andrew.
If there's a hurricane that you remember, they retire the name.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. The phone is ringing. Let me go to the phone and take a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Galen Unold.
Hey, good morning, Galen. It's your fellow veteran Marine Mark and Anchors Away. And Larry and Robin, I want to thank you for volunteering to be on the station when and if the storm hits this area well enough, unfortunately, that would demand your presence there. So I thank you from a public service standpoint and a fellow citizen. I would just point out from a political standpoint that the current director of FEMA is from Florida, Craig Fugate. I looked that up to make sure I pronounced his name right. And he's a Republican, and he works for President Obama. And I'd also like to thank, even though I'm a strong Franklin Delano Roosevelt Democrat, I would like to thank Jeb Bush. He did a great job during our hurricanes, right after 04 and 05 and the ones that came. And living here in Central Florida, you could see, Larry. I don't know if you caught them when they were here, but a lot of the trucks that we're talking about would be pre-staged over here by the new mall, sitting in the parking lots, waiting to go south, or wherever they're dispatched to the lineman trucks and the trucks to cut down the trees. and they had armies of trucks that came from.
I remember it well.
Yeah. North Carolina. So I just wanted to say Jeb Bush did a great job with that, and so my politics isn't that twisted. So anyway, if we like clean water, I would just say aquifers getting impregnated with.
Thank you, Mark. It's a different topic. We'll be right back.
Thunderstorms around this afternoon and evening. The high today 87 to 91. Clearing later tonight, low 71 to 75. Sunshine mixing with clouds tomorrow with a couple of thunderstorms in the afternoon, high 86 to 90. For Sunday, clouds and sun with a couple of thunderstorms, high 87 to 91. We're watching for potential tropical systems Sunday night through Monday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Cozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
There may be another reason our pets are getting fat. Because no matter how much food we give our pets, they still control how much they consume, right? Enjoy some guacamole. Experts say avocado has healthy, unsaturated fat, which can lower your bad cholesterol. Women say they want a man who watches football but also loves shopping and who's not afraid to cry during movies. It would seem that women have high expectations when it comes to the perfect man.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services. When your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements, from damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
All right, 17 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Just to recap, we are keeping an eye on the progress of the tropical storm. And as of right now, just to recap, earlier this morning, we were expected to have a hurricane by Tuesday. Now we're expected to have a tropical storm, the difference being like 35 mile per hour difference in winds. It doesn't mean it's a piece of cake, though, just so you know. And Galen is on the phone right now from LifeSouth to remind us that if we need blood for any reason, whether it's us or any other part of the Southeast. I mean, LifeSouth covers, what, 3 states, Galen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
so if you give blood right now, it'll be ready when this storm gets here, because it does take a day or two, 3 days to process or something like that.
That's right. Within 3 days, it'll be on our hospital shelf. And we're going to need every bit of it come Monday morning.
Yeah, and you're open today, tomorrow, you're open Sunday. So
absolutely.
So if a weekend is easier than a weekday, then don't ever let that stop you. All right, I do have a fun little side topic that's got to do with the Oxford Dictionary. They just recently added some new phrases. So once it's in the Oxford Dictionary, it's technically legit to use some phrases. It's kind of crazy.
You can use it in Scrabble.
Okay. So here's a couple of them. A legitimate, acceptable time of day to start drinking is beer o'clock. It is.
Right.
It is.
Beer o'clock is a word now.
Beer o'clock, yes, is now an expression. It's in the Oxford Dictionary.
Well, it's after 5 somewhere in the world, so it doesn't matter where in the world you are. As long as it's after 5 somewhere, you're good to go.
It's beer o'clock.
It's beer o'clock. You're here.
Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce is now also in the dictionary, the Oxford Dictionary.
Oh, that's from that commercial on TV, some insurance commercial.
Is that where that came from?
If a man uses the word awesome sauce, they should be punched in the face. I'm just going to throw that out there, right there.
I didn't even know about it. It means something great. This is awesome sauce. That's another word for
but no man should use it. Clear about that. I want to be very, very clear about that.
Really?
Yeah, these were two women
I'm not promoting domestic violence.
Now, what if I separate it into 2 words? What if I'm like at the barbecue, and I'm the guy who said, you know what I made? I made some awesome sauce.
It's a little different, Larry.
It's a little different.
Yeah. That's in the form of a sentence. You're not saying awesome sauce as if that's a complete.
Or what if you're bragging about let's say you have 7 or 8 children, and somebody says, guys, you've got some really attractive children. You say, I know. I got some awesome sauce.
Yeah.
Again, you should probably be punched to the face. I'm not promoting domestic violence, but there's just some things that you shouldn't say.
Here's another one.
That shouldn't come out of your mouth.
Butt dial. Butt dial is now an actual word, an actual expression. You can use it.
Is it?
Well, it happens, Larry.
It does happen. I think I butt dialed Dan the other day. He called me back. So what's wrong?
You hear? That's the best part. Hey, did you hear? There's a Supreme Court case where this guy he butt dialed a competitor and his phone was on apparently for like an hour, and then the person he butt dialed was a competitor, and he recorded the call and actually used that information to take a deal from him, and the other guy found out and sued him. And they determined that it's your fault that you butt dialed.
Oh my gosh!
So they lost the case, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, you got to hang up. The proper etiquette is once you realize that somebody has butt dialed you, you have to hang up at that point.
Exactly.
Right?
That must have been their
It
argument.
happens on the air sometimes. People will call us, and you can hear their radio going on in the background. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, but you gotta hang that up. I mean, that's the proper thing to do.
All right.
Exactly.
Now, you give speeches now and then. You give presentations. You're standing at a podium with a microphone. Well, if you just give the best speech you've ever given, Galen, and you took control, and man, this is the best public speaking event I ever did, you have an absolute right to throw that microphone down, and that is called a mic drop.
Oh.
And it's now in the Oxford Dictionary.
Yeah, I mean, you can do a mic drop, but a mic drop is usually when it's really quick, witty, and you just nail it in like 15 seconds, and you just drop the mic.
That's right. You did it. You did a good job.
I say drop the mic. I don't say mic drop, but that's me.
But mic drop is the Oxford Dictionary.
Absolutely. Sure.
All right, here's a good one. Manspreading is now a noun.
And what should I ask?
Even though it sounds like a verb. Manspreading is the practice whereby a man, especially one traveling on a public transportation, adopts a sitting position with his legs wide apart in such a way to encroach on an adjacent seat.
Oh.
You're sitting there looking at your phone or a newspaper or something. Got your knees as far apart as they can possibly go.
What we would call it back in the day was hogging.
Hogging. Yes, you're hogging it.
Yes.
Yeah. You're hogging the seat.
Now, a word that we used a few weeks ago, Galen, was not in the dictionary at that time, but it is now, and it is now official.
Good. So I'm glad they're listening to the show again.
The word is hangry.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
When you have
I've used that word like 3 or 4 times subsequent to that
I have
show,
too. So have I.
It's become a part of my vernacular.
Me too.
So
every afternoon about 3 o'clock.
I remember about this show, but angry is one of them.
Me too. I'm the same way, right, Robin?
Yes.
I have said it a few times.
You have, yes.
It's 3:30. I think I'm getting hangry.
That's right.
3:30.
It's warranted.
All right, that's kind of
You know
funny.
what's amazing is even people. That's what's great about some of these words, in these phrases. Even though you have never heard of it, you instantly understand what they're talking about. You instantly get it.
Right.
It's like hangry. Oh, that's good. Yeah. So,
hangry is a good one. Yeah, manspreading. I didn't know what that meant at first. I wasn't sure what manspreading meant.
I had other visions.
Yeah.
Pretty funny. All right.
Man spreading, woman spreading. Robin knew where.
Here's another one.
Went to a completely different location.
This is a crazy one. A cat cafe is actually in the Oxford Dictionary. I won't be using this one.
There was somebody on Shark Tank that was talking about cat cafe, and I think that's what made it popular.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
What is that?
Silly. I'm anti-cat. It's you know how they have all these coffee shops where you can bring your dog now?
Yes.
Right.
So somebody's like, well, I should be able to bring my cat, thus the cat cafe.
Oh.
And it's also
Back in the day, that would have probably been more like a strip joint, but now it's
right,
Exactly.
right.
and enjoy your cat.
Except the word pussy was usually added to cat.
Exactly.
Right, only if it was a Bond movie.
Pussy galore.
But,
She was the first one.
But anyway, a cat cafe might not necessarily be the clientele bringing their cats. A cat cafe could have their own resident cats, and people go there specifically to sit and kind of be with the cats.
Oh,
I'm
That's right.
drinking my coffee and
The cat's meow.
yeah.
All those stupid things.
Well, the
I'm
okay.
anti-cat. I am anti-cat too. I want to make that. I'm not saying I'm like don't like them. No, I'm anti. You know, I don't like them at all.
So if you ever get so angry that you just say, "Forget it, I'm out of here, I'm done," and you leave.
Yeah.
You have rage quit. Rage quit is a new
Oh,
word.
yeah.
Rage quit.
Oh.
My sons have been using that for a while.
Really?
It was developed from the video game genre, where you just you lose at a game so badly, or you just can't figure it out, and or you're playing someone and they're beating you really badly, and you just instead of losing, you just turn off the console. That's a rage quit.
Oh, gee.
Here's an interesting one. It's Grexit. Grexit is the term you would use if you are extracted from something because your economic condition has changed, as in Greece exiting from the European Union.
Ooh.
So you will Grexit from something. I can't imagine using
Well,
that.
they're back now. They're
Yeah, I
back
know.
in the EU, but it would have been good if they hadn't. So,
Lifestyle change.
at least for the word.
Yep.
For the word, yeah.
Let's see. A rando, R-A-N-D-O, is a person that you do not know, especially one regarded as odd, suspicious, or engaging in socially inappropriate behavior.
Oh, we know some of those.
Oh, we've seen them.
Kind of like this radio show.
There's a rando guy outside right now.
Yeah.
Not really, but there are plenty of them.
Yes, there are.
And the next one is brain fart. We've all heard about people saying, "I've got a brain fart."
Been happening for years.
That they've been using that for a long
Some
time.
of us for decades.
Oxford dictionaries finally decided it was a real expression, and they put it in the book.
Good. I'm surprised before, right?
Right.
Yeah, me
it takes
too.
too long with
Me
this
too.
one. This one's an old one.
They put on awesome. That other word. I don't want to get
Awesome sauce.
Yeah. Then you should definitely be able to put on their brain fart.
Definitely.
If you're a Fabo boy or a Fabo girl, it means you are an active user of Facebook.
I don't know what Facebook is. Fake book?
Face. The one you quit.
Oh, I thought
Facebook.
you said fake. And I'm like,
Yeah, you are not a Fabo boy anymore. You used to be, but
no,
not,
I'm not.
Not
I'm
anymore.
not. Yeah.
You're done.
I'm out. I'm out.
The only way I kept up with the world of the Unold vacations was through Facebook, and now I don't get that. What do you call it? Not Viagra. What is
Rush.
it? What do you say when you're living through somebody
Insight.
else?
Oh, vicarious.
Vicarious, yes.
Yeah.
Viagra came out of my mouth for some reason.
What had happened was, I don't know. That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, you were breaking up a little bit right there. I know you were proud that you weren't earlier.
Sorry.
All right, and the last one is NBD. You can say NBD, and it just means no big deal. NBD. NBD. No big deal.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
NBD.
NBD. By the way, have you heard Robin's new jingle that she does on that water commercial?
No.
Oh, you haven't heard it? You have to listen to it.
No.
Who's the sponsor again, Robin?
Safeway Water.
Safeway Water.
It's in my head now.
Yeah, Robin does the jingle.
Safeway Water
really?
is
I'm
the
gonna have to
sponsor.
All right, so
careful
just to go back to the important part of what we're talking about, Galen, of course, represents LifeSouth. LifeSouth is the blood supplier for the Southeast, one of them anyway. And if you can get out and donate blood today to prepare the blood banks with blood in case this hurricane causes us to have an extraordinary need, this is the time to do it, today, tomorrow, and Sunday.
Yep. Can't wait. Cannot wait.
Galen, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Bloodmobile today is at the Winn-Dixie on old 441, right out there on 326 and 441.
Okay.
Well, we hope you have a safe drive up to Dragon Con because.
Oh, yeah. When are you leaving?
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow or Monday?
Monday morning.
Monday morning. All right.
Yeah.
And, of course, if you can get over to LifeSouth on Silver Springs Boulevard, it's right next door to the Cascades. Donate some blood and then feel good about the fact that you've contributed to a life-saving bank of blood, I guess.
Yep.
That's right, Larry.
All right, have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday, probably en route to Atlanta.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Galen, have a great weekend.
All right, thanks, you guys. Bye, all.
You're welcome. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Paul Stevens. Vigils held in the Roanoke, Virginia area for Allison Parker and Adam Ward, two TV journalists killed this week during a live broadcast.
We marched together, putting one foot in front of the other, mourning our loss, never forgetting